Hello everyone, welcome back. We are playing in the woods today. When I was a boy, I used to love to play in here. This little branch, a little stream, runs all the way almost to the top of the mountain back here. And it's just a deep hollow, as you can see. And it's northy, so it's always covered in moss and various things. But when I was a little boy, I would come in here and play on a regular basis. But what I'm doing here today is I wanted to show you guys something that we have around here that my grandmother loved, and me and my dad would a lot of times go gather it for her. And it's called branch lettuce. It's just a type of wild lettuce that grows in the spring, and we would eat it with ramps, which is a wild leek, similar to a wild garlic or something like that. But it is getting late in the year and the lettuce has gone to seed. I'm not going to pick any or anything like that. I just wanted to kind of show it to you, and show you kind of where it grows and everything. There's a little in here in this particular holler. There was another place we would go and get it for Granny, and but there is a little in here, and you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's just a beautiful place. Like I said, I would come in here when I was a kid and play. Would do some hunting in here. Pretty steep, rugged terrain, and it just winds right on back, and it's just a pretty little place. Now, a couple weeks ago, I turned 41 years old, and maybe I don't spend as much time playing in the woods as I should, or whatever, but don't get to do it as much as I used to, unfortunately. I don't get to hunt and things either like I once did, but that's just the way the ball bounces. Another interesting thing, where we live here in western North Carolina, we have a lot of plant life, very diverse, and I'll show you some. This plant is bloodroot. The Cherokee, Native Americans, and various people used it for different medicines. Works real good on cuts. It works like an antiseptic. It is, you dig it up and the roots are red. You cut it, it looks like it's bleeding. You'll find it around different places throughout western North Carolina. That's black cohosh right there. That's another medicinal plant that's used widely. I seen some mayapple there a minute ago, but we'll see if we can find some of it here in a minute. But anyhow, let's see if we can find some lettuce. That's what we're here for. Okay, there's some. You'll find the lettuce in branches, hence the name branch lettuce, and on the north sides. It likes a cool, damp area. And you can see, like I said, this is a pretty place to be on a Sunday morning. Just decided I'd go for a walk, basically. It's good to get out in the woods on occasion. But anyhow, back to the task at hand. This is branch lettuce. Okay, and you can see it's past mature, so it gets tough. See here where it's seeded? This is branch lettuce. This is branch lettuce. And you'll find it growing in clumps. There's some on the bank. You know, it'll grow and you'd collect it, and the way they would do it is called it killing. They would fry cured pork belly, basically, and take that grease and pour on that lettuce and cause it to wilt. And that's the way they would eat it. Cut up green onions and ramps and stuff in it, and that would be it was a delicacy. It's actually very good, real good. And probably not the best for your cholesterol, but you know, we survived. But yeah, pretty little hollow. Used to, like I said, used to come in here and play when I was a boy all the time. It in a hot summer day, it's always nice and cool. And there's some more lettuce. You can see it. Up here, some that's seeded. See the seed stem on it? That's once it gets up so big, it gets tough and gets fuzzy, and it's not near as good. You want to get it small when it's small and tender and nice, and it's good to eat at that age. But one thing in our area, for years and years and years, of course, these hardwood forests of the southern Appalachians, and it's Appalach, not Appalach, just in case you was ever curious about it. It's Appalach, not Appalach. It's Appalachian Mountains. But they've been logged for years and years and years. Very desirable species of timber. Oaks, poplar, tulip poplar, maple, cherry, various things. But before all of that was the American chestnut, of course. But you will find in the woods around here old logging trails where they logged with teams of horses, and that's what this is. And it runs all the way to the top of the mountain. It's just an old logging trail that they pulled logs out with horses and mules, primarily horses, but they did use some mules too. Anyhow, let's see, what else was it we was looking for? A lot of bloodroot in here. A lot of bloodroot. Let's go over this way. Basically, it's just taking you guys along for a walk in the woods. And elevation wise, we're about 3,500 feet, maybe a little higher than that. See, the deer trails, when I was a boy 30, 40 years ago, it was a big deal just to see a deer track. Now there's, well, I seen 5 or 6 take off through the woods there a minute ago. They're deer everywhere. I mean, they're everywhere. But yeah, of course, now I'm looking for mayapple. I can't find it, but that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. You will still occasionally find American chestnuts growing. There's some more branch lettuce. You will still find American chestnuts are growing. I have found one about a mile from where I'm standing right now 10 or 15 years ago that actually had chestnuts on it. It was about 14 inches through diameter and probably 50 feet tall. And the very next year I went back and it was dead. The blight had gotten it. So let's cross the creek here, or the branch, and see what's on the other side. You can get a look. We were looking up at that just a moment ago, and it continues on that way on up. But yeah, there's a pretty area we live in. Beautiful. And we're going to get on back to the house. Nobody knows where I'm at, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But I'm going to get on back to the house, and if I run across the ramp or mayapple or whatever. But anyhow, if you enjoy what we're doing, something a little different today. You know, something a little different. If you enjoy what we're doing, please subscribe to our channel, Mountain Farmer. And if you see a video you like, let us know. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Mayapple. I found some. You can see a patch of it up through there. Used to you could dig it and sell it. They used it for some type of medicines or supplements or something. I don't know exactly what they used it for. But the old timers always said never plant corn until the mayapple was up and the dogwoods were bloomed. And Mayapple's up. Dogwoods have bloomed. So I guess it's time to plant corn.